What's that?
I know somewhere where we can go.
Where?
Uh-huh. Come on. Come on. It's there.
You are funny.
I'll drink to that. If you think that's funny, you should see me dance. Come on. Whoops. That's the third time I missed your toes.
You feel lovely.
You look lovely. Do you mind if I open the window?
You can become a drinking driver almost without noticing. Please, don't take your car for a drink.
Hello everybody and welcome to tonight's watch party for Who Framed Roger Rabbit? I am Dominic Wallace and I'm joined as always by my co-host Andrew Dalton.
Hello.
Hello everybody.
Hello.
Wow, what a wait, time for your best American accent, Dom. Nah, that's next week. But we are watching, as I just said, Who Framed Roger Rabbit, and today we have a sync point. I will show you where it is. It is about 8 seconds in on the copy that I have, the Touchstone Pictures logo. And while everyone gets synchronized up, let's do a little roll call. Scrolling a long way up, I am seeing that we have Lizardman joining us. We have Ms. Swift, Allo Y'all, yep. We have Immortal Rimus. We have Cute Colt, Helifino, Calbot, Mad Matt, Brainwire, Sharon, Alex Peacock. We've got a bunch of our fan favourites here today. Neil Whaley. If I've missed your name, I am so sorry. Edward the Black Prince, Jesse Flores. Yeah, we got a bunch of folks. Wait, what did Dom do? Survive Driver's Ed. Yeah, I did. I do drive. It's true. No, don't have to fear. I haven't killed anyone yet.
There we
go. Are we all ready for the movie countdown? Let's get this going, shall we? Because it's a fairly lengthy one, if I remember correctly.
No, it's 1 hour 43. It's not the longest.
Oh, it's a tidy film.
Yeah, compared to Armageddon last week, which seemed like it was 8 hours long.
Yeah, won't be that long. So let's get the countdown going, get the film rolling, and we'll get into it. So, Andrew, when did you first see this film?
I first saw this film when it first came out in 1988. I was desperate to see this film when it came out, so I would have been 9 or 10. And I loved every moment of it, but there was such marketing hype and stuff for this film. It was like, I've got to see this film. What about you, Dom? Obviously, it's a bit older than you.
It predates me slightly, yep. 91 was when I was shot into this earth. So I saw this film on VHS, like most kids my age. I genuinely thought that these cartoons were actual cartoons that aired for decades and decades and decades. I didn't know that Roger Rabbit was a book. Because it feels like Looney Tunes-esque cartoons of the time. Wait, Edward the Black Prince, you first saw it on Cartoon Network in 2000?
Wow. Yeah, well, Neil Whaley saw this in a theatre. He was too young to appreciate it. Miss Swift doesn't remember when she first saw it. There we go. Sharon watched it on rental.
This was a bit of a fad around that time, though, wasn't it? Like, someone mentioned Cool World. I see Jesse Flores is mentioning it there.
Yeah.
But the idea of marrying up cartoon animation, classic animation, with live-action actors, it happened a little bit. And I suppose with CG getting so popular, it's completely been forgotten. And all of the insanely difficult techniques that are used in this film aren't used anywhere else.
No.
As far as I'm aware.
Well, Lizardman's saying the book is frankly not as good as the movie, in my opinion. It's way darker and not nearly as fun. That's exactly what I've heard people say about it who've read the book. The books are very different. The book's almost a kind of a noir and very cynical.
Yeah, it is incredibly. It's very film noir. I remember reading the book. I don't know. I was in my teens. I remember reading the book, and I was like, "It's dark. It's edgy. I like it. It's not Disneyfied." But the film is infinitely better, just because.
Yeah.
It marries the balance better. Mm-hmm. It's got that noir aesthetic, but it also has. You think a cartoon with like a cartoon world? This is what you expect, and this is what we get.
This is the film that I love, because one of the things I love about this is, again, just, Dom's driving this week because next 2 weeks Dom's in charge, because I'm on vacation again and I'm going, of course, to my favourite place. I'm going to Disney World again. Hollywood Studios Park, though, feels very Roger Rabbit. The Hollywood Studios Park, because there's actually a big billboard advertising the tram system from the film. There's also, you can see Arcade Maroon's office with the Roger Rabbit silhouette on it. There's a billboard with Roger Rabbit on it. There's all bits of stuff like that. And it has the same kind of vibe. It's that kind of 1920s, 30s kind of Art Deco vibe to the place. I know, Sharon, about the hurricanes.
Gotta be careful.
Yeah, Edward, there's no Deadpool in Disney World, unfortunately. That's in Disneyland. Unfortunately.
Just the geography of this kitchen altering every scene. Such high energy cartoon animation.
Yeah.
You can... just that transition there when Roger's head comes out of the... I love it. I distinctly remember as a child believing this is how cartoons are made.
Yeah.
But it must have been such a pain in the arse to make this film.
Oh, totally. I love the idea, though, that the cartoon characters are literally proper superstars.
Yeah. Say lunch. Oh, yes, the 56-year-old baby. It's grand. Like, that character emphasizes the feel of this film in just one character. It looks like a sweet innocent baby, but he's got a smoker's voice, and he jumps down on these big piles. Of course, the one actor you get to play a hard-boiled American,
Bob Hoskins.
Bob Hoskins.
Strangely enough, you've got Bob Hoskins again next week.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Because who'd you get to play an Italian plumber? Bob Hoskins.
It's quite cool because you can actually see his office from the outside.
Mm. I think I've never watched this as an adult, so I'm very curious to see how my opinion of it's changed over the years.
The thing is, this film's got a very wide appeal to it because it's got the whole, the whole thing of kids like it for the cartoon and the comedy aspect, and the adults, it's quite a different film for an adult.
Oh, absolutely. It's closer to the book in their, not in their opinion, but that's what they take from it. It's from a hard-boiled detective story.
I mean, it's
infinitely quotable as well, though.
Yeah.
I can't help it. I was drawn that way.
Is this probably the most... I don't know. I don't know if you'd describe it as meta, really, because it's not a meta film, but with the characters from all the different brands, the different studios, all coming together in these films, all the characters coming together. It's, you know, I mean, it's incredible for the time that they brought literally every big character's studio together.
Yeah. It is incredible. Like, the idea that this film would get made anytime around now,
Yeah.
it just wouldn't. The rights alone, it would be... I mean, right there,
Yeah,
there's Felix the cat in the background.
Exactly. Edward's right. It will never happen again. I mean, on that newspaper, we saw Daffy Duck. Let's face facts. We didn't get Coyote versus Acme versus Coyote.
Because of rights.
Yeah,
probably.
because of rights and questionable decisions. I mean, look, we've got Dumbo there, one of the major Disney film characters, just making a cameo.
Literally peanuts.
Yeah.
Oh, Johnny Devick. If Disney buys every other studio, it might happen. Yeah. I do miss this.
I love the idea of
particular
this
genre.
kind of... Yeah, but I love the idea of this kind of retro film studio, but where it's just completely normal that cartoon characters are just are just wandering around.
I love how the music's diegetic as well. We've got a guy just playing sax.
Well, he's controlling the brooms, isn't he? The Sorcerer's Apprentice brooms. She was from Fantasia, the hippo.
I need to be in the mindset of the people who took this book to a studio and said, "Let's turn this into a motion picture. It's about murder and cartoons."
Yeah, unfortunately, Jedi Wizard, that's pretty close to it. Coyote vs. Acme, high-powered corporate guy that wanted a tax write-off, yeah. Yeah, so there is a Sunset Boulevard in Hollywood Studios, and you can actually see an advert for the electric trams.
Neo-noir. Is that what you call this genre, hell if I know?
I love the... There's just something innocent about all this.
Yeah, I was about to say that little... It seems like it would be in Stand By Me or something. But the music, the costumes, the vehicles, everything about this screams like 1950s film noir.
Yeah. Well, I think probably more 30s or 40s, I think.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Dude, the kids gave him cigarettes?
Yeah, well, they were smoking. This is exactly, Alex. The 10-year-olds with the cigarettes wouldn't fly now.
No.
Old Johnny Devick, I wish the Rocketeer would pop by. I really do.
That would be good.
I love the Rocketeer.
I wonder how expensive was this film to make?
$50 million at the time, which was a very expensive film.
Absolutely, Edward. You could just imagine Humphrey Bogart walking down the street to that music.
Yeah. Yeah, Alex, Rocketeer, the film didn't come out for about 3 years, that's right.
I love the point there that the leaky faucet is just slowly filling up the
Yeah.
glass. Yeah, I didn't notice as a kid, I definitely didn't notice everyone is like down on their luck.
Oh yeah,
The atmosphere of
smoking
this film.
and yeah,
Well, everyone's getting laid off, living paycheck to paycheck.
yeah.
They're hiring toons because they're genuinely cheap. Like, it's kind of an immigrant story.
It's not as all sunshine and roses as
No, yeah. As a kid, this is the sequel to Dark City, right? Says old Johnny Depp.
I love that.
It's a great film, and it predates The Matrix.
Yeah, I love Dark City.
These kind of films are coming back in style, though. This motif of
Yeah.
everything's a bit more nasty.
What is in
Not in
that
a-
glass he's drinking this time?
I know, yeah, the goblet that he has. God, it is a universal story, though, isn't it? The idea of
Yeah.
the old ways going by and those that are desperately clinging to them because that's all they know how to do.
Okay,
and
I'm
trying
going to say
live in a new
something for a
world.
second. Sorry to interrupt you. Angelo,
Yeah.
the actor, Dom,
Yeah.
when he filmed this was 29.
What?
I just looked it up. He was born in 1958.
He's younger there than I am now.
Yes.
Audience, who wears it better?
29-year-old Angelo.
I want to go to that bar. She has the nurse ratchet hairdo, says Neil. Thank you, Halifano.
British actor Dom. He'd done the trifecta. He's done the Bill and Casualty and other things. And Holby
Oh,
City.
he's done the three, the big three.
He's done Doctors as well.
Oh, there we go.
Heartbeat. Yeah, he's a...
People were just older back then, says Calber. The 29 years back then were way heavier. Oh, cute Colt saying, as a kid, I always heard, why yes?
Well, I don't know why British actors do American accents so well, but I do know a lot of American actors do very bad British accents.
Yeah.
If you want to see
There
the
are
worst...
some British actors that do poor American accents. Like,
if you want to see one of the worst accents ever, it's Robert Downey Jr. in Dr. Dolittle when he's trying to be Welsh.
oh god, yeah, that's awful.
It's
I was going to say
horrendous.
Keanu Reeves in Dracula. I am totally British.
I love this. Do you know one of the things that I think works really well about this film as well, though? Because they've got like this cut-off in the 40s or whenever the film is, they don't have to indulge in the... Don't get me wrong, Saturday morning cartoons were great, but they don't have to have Hulk Hogan from Rock and Wrestling in this as a cartoon character. You don't have to have He-Man running around in it. Edward saying Daffy is better than Donald.
Oh, we're getting into the war now.
We're getting that off, are we now?
Oh. The Gag King. Oh, wait, that... Yo, shucks. Have you seen any of the behind the scenes for this with the?
Oh yeah, I
like,
remember
the
watching
actors
a
with
lot.
like strings and stuff.
Yeah, yeah. So like, the actor playing a Marvin Acme, great name. His stage name was Stubby K.
Stubby K.
Yeah, I believe they are. They're the penguin waiters, Sharon. That's right. They're the penguin waiters from Mary Poppins. This is great stuff, like with Daffy and his hair going like the mad kind of Mozart-y hair.
But it does. It's so violent and vile, and everyone's clapping and laughing, and it just seems so fun. As a kid, I was just like, "Yay! The cartoons are beating each other up. It's what they do."
Yeah.
And as an adult, I'm like, "Oh, this is horrifying."
Scotch on the rocks. You do realise right now there's hipsters who pay a premium for that.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Oh. And this was the original voice actress of Betty Boop came back to do her voice here.
Incredible. Immortal Remus.
May Questel, her name was. And she would have been 79 when she did this. But
Still
I'll
a
tell
hell
you
of
where
a performance.
I'll tell you where you've seen her before.
Mm.
She's Aunt... Is it Aunt Edna? Not Edna. Might not be Edna. In Christmas Vacation.
Aunt Bethany.
Aunt Bethany. She's Aunt Bethany.
Yeah, cute Colt got that one.
Yeah. That's it.
Ah, Jessica Rabbit.
Yeah.
Didn't know why I liked the movie so much when I was a kid.
Are they the crows out of Dumbo?
Dumbo, yeah, they are, yeah. She made us feel something, says Edward.
Yeah. There's just something really cool about those crows kind of playing this jazz and blues, isn't there? This kind of... They got the
yes.
shades on and...
So Jessica and Roger have, unironically, one of the most wholesome marriages I've ever seen. He makes me laugh. Also, the effect of her dress is incredible.
Yeah.
The glittering, just the different texture.
Her singing voice, though, is Amy Irving, who was a wife, would at the time, would have been the wife of Steven Spielberg.
Oh. Oh no, she isn't the one responsible for Temple of Doom, is she?
No, that's Kate Capshaw, the
Okay.
next wife.
I'm really digging this music. Like,
Yeah.
This is my particular brand of jazz. I can just imagine boobies. I can just imagine being in a bar, like drinking a scotch, perhaps on the rocks. Probably not. I prefer them neat. There's just so much noir going on here. It's oozing
great.
noir. It is. It's great.
Have you noticed how little dialogue Eddie has, though?
Yeah, he's barely saying a thing.
Uh,
Well, the world's being built up around him, isn't it? We're
yeah.
experiencing it. Scotch or bourbon? I prefer Scotch because my family do hail from the Highlands. So
Neither for me. I don't particularly like any alcohol. I
particular
very rarely
Scotch.
drink alcohol.
A little-known brand called Glengoyne. Beautiful stuff. Verschmoiled? What does verschmoiled mean?
Oh, that's cool. Cute cult. I have every good statue, figure, and doll made of Jessica Rabbit. One of my favourite obsessions. That's cool.
I mean, she's a super iconic cartoon.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt.
Purely...
But who wouldn't exist now?
No, not a chance.
Wouldn't be created now. This is so kind of film noir. This stuff would all work in black and white, wouldn't it?
It would. It would completely work in black and white. I do want to see a version of this film where everything but the tunes are black and white.
Yeah. I love her in this bit trying to... I don't know, is she cheating on him or on Roger or not really?
She can't help it, Andrew. She was drawn this way. Then the shadow turns up and kicks his ass, as Edward the Black Prince. They're
I mean,
playing patty cake.
this sounds really adult to kids watching it.
It does.
Neil, the alleyway may have steam venting from underground heating for that area of the city. A lot of cities in America, especially back then, the buildings themselves wouldn't have their own boilers and things. So the hot water would be provided by the city to the building. I love this because she literally is playing patty cake.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, Calbot. Exactly. I love that playing patty cake is not a euphemism here.
Yeah.
Edward watched this in Cartoon Network back in 2006, and it was great.
God, it feels almost Gremlins here, doesn't it? Well, that just proves that Gremlins is a live-action cartoon.
You can actually the window of the office, as it is with the silhouette in a minute, is something you can actually see when you're going through the park. It's I wonder if they're actually the screen used blinds or they recreated them. I don't know. I suspect they might be the screen used prop.
Probably. Don't need to construct anything if you're just using the prop.
Yeah.
Did he just have a picture of himself in his office?
Yeah.
Just a picture of him with no one else?
Why not?
In case he forgets himself?
Yep.
Patty cake is still a fetish, says Mad Matt.
Alex is saying, you mean you don't have a photo of yourself on your own Dom?
No. I love that. Perfect silhouettes. It's my favorite, like, cartoon gag. Like I pointed out in Gremlins 2, going back to that cartoon of a film, when the bat flies through the wall and makes a perfect Warner Bros. Bat
signal, yeah. Oh.
I used to be able to do that. The please. My jowls aren't long enough anymore.
No. Oh, this is... Even the shots are great with the silhouette of him through the door.
I mean, you look at films nowadays that like mimic 80s styles, and we look at them very fondly. This is doing the same thing for, like you said, 30s and 40s film noir movies. The shot compositions are almost identical. The screenplay is very reminiscent of the beats that you'd see. Yeah, Edward the Black Prince, Maltese Falcon. God, actually, what are some of your favorite film noir films? Maltese Falcon is up there for me. I deeply enjoy Chinatown. Love Chinatown.
I'm trying to think, really. I don't tend to watch a lot of film noir, really.
Gotta go on a Humphrey Bogart binge.
Excuse me. I don't know. Would you say the Nolan Batman films are noir? Almost.
Close enough. I'd say they're a good modern noir. Double Indemnity. Oh, Laura, 1944. Yes, keep them coming, guys. I need to have a binge of noir films now. Chinatown hit me in a way that other movies didn't, and I think it's because I watched it. The Big Sleep. Yes. Yeah, I think it's because I
look,
watched
it's goofy.
it later in life. Yeah.
Goofy cleared spy charges. This is really nice to see, though, that it's kind of... The pictures are telling the story.
Two flatfoots and a floozy go into business.
Yeah.
I'd say Seven is a noir film in a certain degree. It's more of a gritty cop drama, but it has noir aspects.
Let's play the game we played earlier. Let me see if I can find out. Let's have a look.
Well, how old this actor is at the time of...
Yeah, when he made the film. Let's have a guess. Actually, no, not bad. Not bad.
He's 14.
He's 41.
There you go. God, Toontown does seem like an absolute nightmare of a place to be in.
Yosemite Sam.
Of course, I completely forgot another movie very similar to this that came out a few years later.
Yeah.
Space Jam, with Yosemite Sam in it.
Oh, okay. Cute Cult says Dick Tracy.
Yeah, that's a film noir. LA Confidential, absolutely. For anyone who wants this kind of stylized story in novel form, I'll go get it, actually. I think I have it with me.
Okay.
Ugh.
Oh, I love this. All these props. All the Acme equipment.
All right, maybe I don't have it with
they did,
me.
Lizard Man. They used to have the Acme warehouse.
Blade Runner with the voiceover is noir. Alex Peacock. We don't speak of that version. But yes, there is a book series. I think it's a series of 3 books by the author Mike Resnick. The first one is called Stalking the Unicorn. And it is about a hard-boiled detective who finds himself in a fantasy world version of New York City on New Year's Eve. And he has to go and find a unicorn.
Right.
At the behest of an elf. And it's very similar to this stylistically. It's got the hard-boiled, drunk detective trying to uncover a plot that makes no sense realistically, but in the universe it does. And it's a better Who Framed Roger Rabbit book than the book Who Killed Roger Rabbit. For sure. It's not as cynical, for starters.
And here we go. We're seeing an incredible performance by Christopher Lloyd, who doesn't tend to do sort of villains or... It's more of a serious role, this, isn't it, to be honest, than a comedy role?
Oh, absolutely.
It's terrifying. What I would suggest to anyone, though, if you get a chance, look on YouTube. There are videos at Disneyland in California of an actor playing Judge Doom, destroying one of the cartoon shoes in a vat of dip. And it is nightmare fuel. It is incredible. Yes, Alex, this and Star Trek 3. But usually he was more comedy, wasn't he? Yeah, Judge Doom is terrifying.
Oh yeah, proper kinder trauma.
Yeah.
Absolutely, Immortal Remus, same here. Christopher Lloyd terrified me when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Well, this version of Christopher Lloyd. And if you would have told me that this is you know, Doc from Back to the Future, I wouldn't have believed you.
Has he lost? Do you think he lost weight for this role? Because he almost looks gaunt.
He does look gaunt, yeah. It could just be clever.
Makeup.
Nope. Like the chin as well. Is that a prosthetic?
I don't know.
Reverend Jim? Ah, the weasels, yes. Oh, no. No.
Yeah. This is the scene you can actually see on... If you go on... Yeah, well, Jesse, go on YouTube later. Have a look at the Disneyland for the Halloween horror... For the not-so-scary party. They had a guy playing Judge Doom, and he was doing such a good job basically recreating this scene.
It's the thing that makes it really horrible is that poor Toon looks so like sweet.
Yeah, and scared.
Why? Yeah, why couldn't you do it to a Toon that's?
Oh yeah.
Oh my god. Okay. So, at Tennessee University, there is a corpse farm. I think I've mentioned it before. This corpse farm shows you what happens to human being bodies when they're left in certain situations.
Oh.
One of them being a metal trash can in the heat of summer. And looking at the dip just then, and then kind of reminds me of the smell. Oh.
It's the fact he's effectively got the guts of that dead cartoon shoe all over his hand.
Oh, that's a nightmare I didn't actually think that would turn up today. Oh, that's a memory unlocked, yep.
Yeah, that is, isn't it?
Do we discuss?
Oh, Mad Matt, that's a good point. Do we get closure for the other shoe who just lost their partner? Oh, that's even worse. The shoes were a pair.
Oh, that's so sad. Alex Peacock, I can confirm the smell is unlike anything I've smelt before, and it took countless amounts of showers and like alcohol gel, like alcohol gel. This is where I learned that trick where you just blob some on your hand, rub your hands together, get a big glob on your finger, and rub it right under your nose. It's the only thing that can save you. But even then, it's hard caked into your nostrils. It is so hard to get out. And forget about clothes. Get rid of them, burn them.
He cries like a proper baby because he's dropped his...
Oh God, no. Oh, Johnny Devick, we don't discuss that film. That film is an absolute abhorrent mess.
Yeah.
I've got the book of iRobot somewhere around here. Asimov will be spinning in his grave. Good old wild turkey.
Oof. I love he's got his bag of detective stuff.
Tools, yeah.
His detective bag.
There's actually a TV show which is much better than iRobot, but does the iRobot, not the book, the film kind of thing, called Almost Human.
I remember I watched some of that, yeah.
It was great. Carl Urban.
He didn't last long, though.
It was cancelled almost immediately because it was filmed and then broadcast out of order.
Alex Peacock saying, begging your pardon, but what kind of idiot carries their will in their pocket? Well, look at it this way. He was very eccentric.
Yeah, it's true. The 1940s zoom and enhance is a shot glass. You're absolutely right,
It was.
Lizard Man. Yes, Calbot, Almost Human was fantastic. Absolutely fantastic.
Do you know when they filmed this? To help with Bob Hoskins and the other actors, Charles Fleischer was on set doing the voicing on set live,
Yeah.
dressed as Roger Rabbit.
Yes.
Does anyone else think it's something that genuinely irks me as much as I love going to Disney, etc.? I don't see Roger Rabbit there anymore. You don't see him anymore. You don't see Roger, and I'd love to. He occasionally will make an appearance. I'm hoping at the not so scary Halloween party sometimes the rare characters appear. I would just love to meet Roger Rabbit, you know?
One thing that this film doesn't get enough credit for is the lighting that changes
beautiful.
Constantly, the shadows that fall on the characters.
Yeah.
That attention to detail, like I can feel the amount of hours it took just to coordinate that.
The shadows in that room are beautiful, but behind them, everything is covered in shadows as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, Roger is technically a Disney character.
Technically, yeah.
They own him. They own his soul. Oh, actually, I did actually fortunately meet. No, they don't have the cartoon spin at Disney World, unfortunately, only in California. But I did get to meet last year Chip and Dale in their Rescue Ranger outfits, which was very cool.
It's such a stereotypical film noir plot.
Yeah.
It really is. You stoop. I need to bring that back. Let's bring back stoop.
I love the weasels are just crap.
Yeah. That's the way to describe them, really, isn't it? They're just crap. How quickly would you get fed up if Roger Rabbit picked you to be his Eddie Valiant?
Well, I don't know.
I think I'd have been fed up 20 minutes ago. I'd just be like, get off me, you friggin' thing.
Oh, weasels, yeah. We just want the rabbit. I love this song. I mean, the beauty of the thing is it literally is a film noir story. And they've just dropped cartoon characters in place of. In fact, they've even got a Tommy gun.
And
what's
it's
scary
like
is
a realistic Tommy gun.
Yeah, that's the scary thing. They've not got a cartoon Tommy gun, have they?
No, it's a real physical.
Yeah, they have real guns, so they can actually hurt humans very easily.
search the place, boys.
Oh, great, because there's such a stereotype.
Yeah, this is the whole film. It's just stereotypes, but it works so bloody well. Yeah, absolute props to Bob Hoskins.
Yeah.
The fact that most of his co-stars weren't there. I know actors get a lot of props for it these days with CG films, like notoriously the Star Wars prequels. At least Bob Hoskins had a set to work on, I suppose.
Well, that's one thing. That's when they were real sets. There's a lot of practical stuff to work with here.
It still looks really good, though. I think it is because of...
Even now, you couldn't make it look any better.
No.
Yeah, they were Lizard Man. A lot of the guns were being held by fishing wire.
It's such a simple trick, like the bladder movement on his shoulder, but it's so good. And that's what's great about this. Even though we know how the sausage is made, it doesn't detract from the enjoyment. It kind of enhances it because we've seen it done badly. We've seen versions of these techniques where they don't work out so well. So watching masters at work, well, not at work, but seeing the results of masters at work really makes you appreciate these simple tactics. And it is this scene, isn't it? With the swinging light.
That's brilliant. It's secret rooms.
But the lighting, I friggin' love the lighting. Like, because they didn't have to do this. Like, oddly, they probably shouldn't have done this because it makes everything harder. But having the light swing back and forth, go over Roger as well. It's
okay. Rock gut rooms were a real thing. They were the secret drinking rooms in bars.
Yeah, speakeasies, essentially.
One of the bars was the speakeasy. The room was the secret room to drink your alcohol in.
Oh, God, that's the worst way to cut off a handcuff.
Yeah.
Absolutely, Sharon. There were no shortcuts taken here, and it shows harder, yes, but very authentic.
Yeah. Oh. Hang on. Look at what's on the shelf. It's Chex Mix, isn't it?
Yep.
I just love seeing the old packaging of things.
Yeah.
I love the fact she was taking, like, he was picking up like the hammer and she's taking like things off him to stop him hurting himself or other people.
Immortal Rimus, if you'd like to attend a speakeasy, I only know... there's some in London. I've seen some speakeasies in London, but here in Vegas, everywhere has a speakeasy. It's great. Notoriously, there is one at the Mob Museum here. There's one called the Laundry Room, which was an actual speakeasy for the mob back in the day. That's great. God, there's so many speakeasies, and they are fun. They just feel dangerous in a safe way. It's also nice having them bring alcohol to you and not having to go up to the bar.
Alex is saying Roger's related to Thumper from Bambi.
You may not like it, but this is what peak masculinity looks like.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm aiming for that Bob Hoskins bard.
He's like a strategically shaved bear, isn't he?
Poorly strategically shaved bear.
Yeah. He looks like Manimal mid-transformation.
Yes. Looking the way I do.
Why is he getting dressed like that, though?
Tied before the shirt.
Yeah.
That's not how you get dressed. How if I know? Did you visit the Speakeasy at the Mob Museum? I have. Yes, you need to have a code phrase to get in. It's just underneath the Mob Museum. It's great.
Yep. The code is, let me in, I would like to buy some alcohol. And they go,
Pretty
please
much.
come in.
Now, you go through the museum and you can talk to some people who give you the secret passcode. I just love how his trousers just drop.
This would not get made today.
No. The flappy lips.
Yeah. Cute Cult said, I once met a young gay man whose number 1 crush was Bob Hoskins, Beauty's in the Eye of the Beholder.
It's always the way, isn't it? Like my wife and I are currently watching House of the Dragon, and several of the actors in there, I am like, who would see this man as attractive? And my wife's there, like, puddle of drool, like, forming around the floor, and I'm like, why? Like, the guy with the eye patch on, I'm like, he looks like a human embodiment of a snake. He looks so sinister.
Dom, just be careful. Your wife will have you dressing up as Bob Hoskins.
Peak masculine form.
You'll be spraying your back and body with glue and rolling on the floor of a barber shop for her.
To look as ungainly as possible.
Yeah.
I would love to be in the alternate universe that has a Bob Hoskins Wolverine.
Yes. I do think in some ways, though, what's quite sad is just 'cause I'd like to see what he did with it. And I know De Niro always gives good performance, but Bob Hoskins was the original choice for Al Capone in The Untouchables. He got paid for The Untouchables because they cast him, signed him, but then Robert De Niro became available. So he lost the role, but he still got paid for it.
I would have loved to seen that as well. And yeah, Miss Swift, Matt Smith, I do not understand the fascination with him. I think he looks very peculiar, but people love him. He's getting on his soapbox.
I don't know, there's something about Roger's innocence that is kind of nice about how the world needs humour.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, hang on. Is he foreshadowing the end of the film there? Sometimes laughter is the only weapon we have.
Well, it's consistent. It's consistent characterization. Yeah. It's Chekhov's laughter.
Yeah.
Looks like a Toon was here.
That bar looks so cozy. I want to drink there. I don't get it, Sharon. I don't get it. Yes, Doctor Who, Matt Smith. I don't get it.
Oh,
French dip.
I'm about to wish I hadn't got my headphones in. And Dom, you might want to loosen your headphones in a second.
Oh, really? I don't recall. It's been so long since.
The things we do for you guys.
Ow!
Oh.
Ow!
I wouldn't trust that man because he claims he's 29 years old. Wouldn't trust a word out his mouth.
I'm a young 29-year-old gentleman. I ain't seen the rabbit.
Oh, can't trust you then, can we? Harvey. Oh, lovely.
Thing is, he won't betray Roger, but he's just a jerk. He's just a bard.
Yeah.
Not a...
Those three guys that we keep cutting to, and their adorable costumes. We've got the cowboy. We got... I can't even remember now. We need to go back to them. Oh, yeah, like the captain, the flight guy.
Ooh.
Rude.
Exactly, Sharon. Not the song. The tunes can't resist.
Yeah, Ralph Macchio was almost 26 when he made Karate Kid, wasn't he? Yeah, but he looked young.
Why is there a cowboy, Mad Matt? Because everyone needs a cowboy sometimes. Maybe they were like the... Maybe cowboys back then were like the proto-goths. You know, like people dressed in that... As they do in the goth way before it used to be cowboys.
It's not a phase, partner.
Yeah. Oh, dear.
Calbot. Angelo's actor is the picture of Dorian Gray for Ralph Macchio.
Everyone's saying a shave and a haircut. Tell us pretty amazing is how little Judge Doom is actually in this film.
True. Just there with their knives, just. It's back. No. How much is 2 bits? Yeah.
No. The cowboy, you notice the cowboy doesn't remove his hat though to pay respects.
Nah, cowboys ain't got no respect for anyone but the road.
Well, no, cowboys don't remove their hat for anything, do they?
True.
Hat and their boots. Well, Immortal Rumus is saying, I'm sure without due process this is pretty illegal. Well, here's the question, Immortal Rumus. Do toons have the same
rights
as humans in this world? And that's a very interesting question. I mean, they appear to be, you know, they appear to be alive.
Sharon, that may be true of several roles. Tim Curry auditioning for roles and they didn't cast him because he was too scary.
Yeah. It does, Johnny Devick. Yeah, you're talking A Measure of a Man, episode 2 of Next Generation, about where they're working there's a court case to decide if Data is really human or not. Well, if he has...
rights.
Yeah. Is he truly sentient and have rights? Oh, did you see that though? The dip actually rippled when he grabbed the edge of the can.
I know, it's so good. These little details that make make everything seem so much more real. Oh, just watching the dip slosh out there was. Bleh. Bleh.
Oh, one of my favourite characters of the film. I love Benny the Cab.
Yeah, Benny the Cab. I can't believe they locked me up for driving on a sidewalk.
Sadly, the car that they drove around on wasn't very cool looking. It was just this black, kind of weird looking thing.
Yeah. Yes,
I love the fact Benny the Cab gives constant cab driver chatter.
It's cab driver music as well. Just the very quick.
Yeah.
Dum 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 dum. The Brooklyn Dodgers. Well, they were back in the 40s.
Yeah.
Maniac cops coming on. A New York cabbie in California. Oh my god, yeah, the driving. Ooh. I wish my car did that sometimes. Told me which things to do.
It's adorable. But it's the fact in the Toon world, you just totally accept all this is normal.
Oh yeah, it makes perfect sense. Oh, Johnny Devick is saying, I thought it was Batman the movie that introduced Noir during the early 90s, but it was this one. Yeah, the Batman the Animated Series was very noir as well.
Phenomenal.
I'm curious to see what movies the Toons watch in Toon World. Like, would they watch live action films?
Well, no, he's talking about Goofy here.
Yeah, this isn't the regular world, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can almost feel wetness on my face after that sentence.
Well, the question is, what year is this supposed to be? Someone said 1947. It might be a little bit later because the two Goofy cartoons they're watching are Victory Vehicles and Goofy Gymnastics. Victory Vehicles came out in 1943 and Goofy Gymnastics came out in 1949.
When did the Dodgers go over to LA?
Hell if I know says 47. Apparently 1958.
Oh, that's when the Dodgers went over?
Apparently.
I can't help but compare this to Gremlins. Like, this feels like the Santa Claus story from Gremlins.
Oh, it really does, doesn't it? (1947) Los Angeles. It's a bit like a buddy movie as well, isn't it? This.
It is, yeah. But again, that's very film noir.
Oh, definitely.
Absolutely, Neil Whaley. Kudos to the film for featuring middle-aged characters and not shying away from the bruises they have. Absolutely.
What was that newsreel about?
Oh, I didn't see.
Let's have a look.
I feel like shake the weasels is a euphemism.
Well, Calbot's saying even though this film's set in 47, there are some anachronisms. Example, the Hollywood sign would still said Hollywoodland, as the land was not removed until 1949. The land from Hollywoodland was removed when the Rocketeer's jetpack exploded after Neville Sinclair stole it and fell off the Zeppelin. Everyone knows that, Calbot.
Yeah, that's fact.
That's just fact. It's history.
It's in the history books.
Yeah. Neil's saying, we need to bring hats back. Yes.
Absolutely.
More hats.
I think we mentioned this a couple of weeks ago, that we need to bring back hats.
Capes. And capes.
Oh, and capes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Just dress like knights from the medieval period and just have suits of armor.
No. I mean like a cape jacket thing.
Not like a ranger cape.
No.
Well, not here in Vegas.
Old Johnny Devick saying, look at all the old businessmen looking so happy. Of course they're happy. They're screwing people over. They're old businessmen. Gentlemen, to evil.
Cravats and ascots.
Well, Elizabeth saying, I love hats. Hats are gone. We need to bring them back. First I've heard of it. Yeah, but they're not worn that commonly beyond things like baseball caps, really, are they, these days?
You rarely see a man sporting a good old Stetson.
Except if you're in Texas.
Yeah. Hey.
Yeah, but now we find out how Maroon isn't maybe as nice as he... Oh, Pistol Packing Possum. I want to see that cartoon.
But what stereotypical accent would Pistol Packing Possum have?
Probably something like a Louisiana kind of thing.
You thinking he'd be like Cajun-ish?
Like Cajun, I think Cajun, yeah.
Pistol Packing Possum. Oh, that was a meaty punch.
Oh, that's another good one, Hell if I Know. Very film noir, Mask of Phantasm.
Murder as a hobby. Again, Gremlins. So many Gremlins references. Well, I say Gremlins references. References that Gremlins made to this, or to other classics. How comically long is the muzzle of its pistol?
Yep. I mean, let's be honest. They're proper gunshots we're seeing in the guy's back with blood.
Yeah.
There's blood on the floor. This is... Yeah, it's a very Joker pistol. It's my imagination, or is this film a lot darker than I remember?
It's a lot darker than I remember, but that's because I have only watched it as a child, so I'm noticing all of the darkness.
I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but it's a lot darker. I've not seen this for years. Now, is that the tunnel?
It has to be, right?
Pretty sure
it has to be.
The tunnel.
With a bit of set dressing around it. It definitely is. Look at it.
Yes, it's the tunnel.
Hey.
It's the tunnel from Back to the Future 2. And a lot of other films and TV shows. I love this. They got these old-fashioned cowboy bullets.
And he pours the drink away. Wild turkey, it sounds like crap liquor anyway.
I think it is a real one, isn't it? Wild turkey.
I think so. I believe it is.
Yeah, it is. Wild turkey Kentucky bourbon.
Ugh. Proper Kentucky bourbon.
Sharon wants a cartoon gun with cowboy bullets.
Absolutely, who doesn't?
Yeah, everyone wants that gun. Cowbot says Wild Turkey's a good bourbon.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm a Scotch fan.
I love this. This is brilliant. We're seeing a lot of classic early sort of Disney animation stuff here, like the Three Little Pigs.
I don't know how long I'd survive in this Toontown.
Snow White helping the evil queen in disguise into the Apple store. Yeah, Lizard Man, Toontown, someone's nightmare, my kind of place. Droopy. So here's the question. In Toontown, do humans gain some kind of Toon properties about them a bit?
I suppose so. The
Because that
The
getting
physics
squished on
of
the
this
floor
world.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
But didn't his brother get killed in Toontown when someone dropped a piano on him?
Yeah, I think so. Oh, and here it is. We get. Isn't this where
Classic
we
gags.
get Mickey Mouse and
Mickey and Bugs.
Mickey
Let's
Mouse
see
and Bugs
Tweety,
Bunny?
though,
Yeah.
first. I've never liked Tweety Pie. Tweety Pie's a dick.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
On screen.
This was a big thing because this was like the two big hitters together.
Mm-hmm. Is this Billy? What's his face doing Bugs Bunny? Billy West.
No, God no. This would have been. Let me check. It would have been probably the original Bugs Bunny voice, Mel Blanc. Yeah, it was Mel Blanc, his original voice.
Wonder when Billy West took over.
Yeah.
Maybe Space Jam. Maybe that's where I'm getting it confused.
She's terrifying.
Oh yeah.
I like the fact he's got a cartoon shadow.
Yes.
Porky's all beef sausage. Advert.
Of course. Oh, that shot's beautiful. It really
yeah.
makes me like want.
But now.
Makes me want more cartoon live action movies.
Yeah.
It really does. I know Cool World's out there. I know we got. We have Space Jam. We have all these films that do the same thing, but I want more.
The Rescue Rangers film was quite fun. Have you
Oh,
not
yeah, the
watched
recent
that,
one.
Dom?
No, I've not watched it.
Worth watching. Very, very, very funny. Very Roger Rabbit-esque. Gingerbread Lane.
Mademoiselle?
They're just explaining the plot of the film to everyone now.
Of course, yeah. In case you missed it, here's the plot.
Yeah. Yeah, John Derek, Rescue Rangers was cool that they mixed 2 and 3D. And also, who would have thought it would have a cameo of MC Scat Cat from Opposites Attract?
He makes me laugh. Such a great line. Oh, oof. And there's the bit where
Yeah.
many, many, many people paused.
Well, I don't think they quite killed Benny, but I don't think he's... I mean, do Toons heal?
I suppose maybe. I need to know these answers.
Yeah, Lizman, that's like his feet getting dunked in acid.
Absolutely.
This is such a beautiful yet sinister set.
Yeah.
Again, you wouldn't see this in a modern film.
A literal booby trap. I forgot about that.
Neil Wadey says, apparently the tunes have their damaged parts erased and redrawn.
I think that's like in the book, actually. Like the hospitals have actual people sketching.
Like who can redraw things.
But the like the redrawings, like if you draw like someone's shadow, it doesn't last too long. And like that's the plot of the book, a fresh sketch of Roger Rabbit.
Sorry,
like someone
Benny's missing a tooth as well.
Oh,
from crashing into the lamppost.
poor Benny. Thank you, Mad Matt. Booby trap backwards is party boob.
One of the best lines in the film.
So sinister.
It is. I mean, it's literally an acid spraying machine, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. And this is the Dark universe where Doc went bad. This is the plot of Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
It is, pretty much.
Can you imagine no traffic jams in California?
That's just a fantasy.
Yeah.
What would you want, gigawatts?
Got to build bypasses.
But you have to build bypasses.
I love how these real mundane things are being...
But this is a strange thing. I don't know if Americans will know this. You'll know this, Dom. We don't have advertising billboards by motorways in the UK. I think they're not allowed for the most part.
Yeah, because it's distractions.
Yeah, we don't have them. The only time you'll see is like someone's put a trailer in a field, and it's a bit dubious if it should be
Free
there
eggs,
or not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to satisfy my sense of moral outrage.
Mad Matt's saying, then where do we put all the PSAs? Well, it used to be on television.
where do all the calculators go? Oh, God, it's so sinister.
It is.
Okay, how is that not an innuendo?
There's just something about that machine that is so evil.
Everything about it. The way it's lit, the way it curves, the way it
Yeah.
has spikes on everything.
Yeah, he's better than Goofy.
Yeah.
Remember, sometimes laughter is the only weapon you have.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly, Mad Matt saying the tension's building, he's hooked. Exactly, it's brilliant. This film could have been so kiddie.
It could have. It genuinely could have. And from what I remember as a kid, it was. Like, I loved it as a kid. But as an adult,
I did.
it's such a different film, and I
Yeah,
still
it's very
don't
dark.
hate it.
It's
I
great.
still love it.
Yeah.
Oof.
I don't think Bob Hoskins was really doing those backflips, though.
I was going to say, my elbows hurt watching the idea
Yeah.
of Bob Hoskins doing that. Oof.
It's interesting, though, that he's got... that, again, he's kind of certain things as human he can do that isn't hurting him.
Yeah.
But here's a question. Does this mean that all toons can die if they laugh too much?
Apparently so. Oh. Oh.
Okay, he just straight up killed him.
Yeah.
He's basically killing all of these characters.
Yeah, but they're evil. Pop goes the weasel, yeah. End of the grinder. I swear that the Gremlins in Gremlins 2 are very, very similar, like,
Oh,
to
yeah,
these
very
weasels.
similar to these weasels.
But there was the one that laughed, like, hoo, hoo, hoo. And the one with the crazy eyes.
Okay, that face behind him, that kind of chubby sailor chef face thing on the wall, will haunt my dreams. Behind Eddie, if you see it again in a minute.
We all need cane swords.
Yep, told you. Cane swords are just...
Whole blue eyes.
Oh, comedy magnet. That's what you need.
Yes. The comically large magnet.
This film should be preposterous, but it works.
Yeah, because these gags are like stereotypical. And by playing with the stereotypes, it means that we don't have to do any heavy lifting, like, at all. And so the absurdity can just be on screen, and we can
You just kind of
chuckle with it.
accept. You just kind of accept it all. Oh God. Oh God. I'm just remembering where we're getting to in the film now.
Yeah.
Proper nightmare fuel. Oh no, I'm getting. Yeah.
Glue. But yeah, even the music is
Oh yeah.
like tense, but still like comedic. Oh. Ah.
Ugh. I just remember this scene, and the next scene. Oh God. Yeah, Neil, good point. How did the roller turn itself? I don't know, but it's quite terrifying now that it has. This is pure nightmare fuel.
Oh, yeah, just the noises that he makes.
Yeah. And now it gets even worse.
Yep, the nightmare fuel has truly begun now. Oh my god, he's like a creepypasta. He's like a cryptid.
Oh.
Oh.
And now it gets even worse.
Oh, here's nightmare fuel.
I wonder what tune he... Wouldn't it be great if it turned out he was actually like... Not that he was, if he'd actually been Oswald the Lucky Rabbit or something.
Yeah. Oof.
Oof.
It's so horrifying because it's so,
It is.
like, it's just so sinister.
I'm not... I know he's a toon, but I'm not quite sure what toon he is with the powers he's got.
A self-aware tune.
The fact he seems to be able to, like, spawn...
Whatever
like,
he likes.
equipment, yeah.
Yeah, Eddie just needs to summon Let Me Solo Her, and... Oh, brilliant.
Oh. I would say, though, I should imagine the dip, while it's not... I should imagine it's probably not very good for Eddie if it gets on him as well.
Yeah, probably not, no.
Oh, God.
There's something about the color of it as well. There's the yellow
Yeah.
seeping into the green, like just nothing natural about it. Glare. Glare.
It's a great set, though, with all the green liquid all over the floor. He's running through it.
Absolutely. There it goes.
Yeah, well, it's empty now, isn't it? There's no more dip in it.
Yep.
Exactly. It's not... all of dip isn't good for humans either, Ms. Swift. Toontown looks like a breakfast cereal commercial.
It does, doesn't it? Yeah. What's that? Elephant pills? Banana skins. Eyeballs.
In fact, they are so in love.
I know. He makes me laugh. I just love that their relationship is so wholesome.
Oh, Benny's a bit better now.
Oh.
That's what the lab boys have to say about it. Mickey and Minnie.
Yeah.
Goofy. Pinocchio.
Oh, Woody Woodpecker.
God, I hate Woody Woodpecker.
Same.
Yeah, that's true, Sharon. The bear from Song of the South is there. That's a little problematic these days. Foghorn Leghorn's there.
Some weird nightmare fuel.
That clown's pretty terrifying.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. The Jack in the Box monster.
Yeah, Brer Bear, that's right, Mad Matt.
Put him in the dip.
Saved your ass and you zap me. In the dip you go.
Is that another euphemism? Our Toon's just this ultra-sexual sort of species.
You look on the internet and it'll tell you what they are.
Yeah, I'm not going to look for that.
I mean, we saw the trees in the background that were just making out during one of the scenes for no reason.
Oh, there's Daisy Duck. Pluto.
And there we go. That was Who Framed Roger Rabbit, and we'll take your comments. Andrew.
I've not seen that in a number of years, and I loved it. I think I appreciated it on a different level. Now I'm a bit older and a bit more mature. Well, allegedly. It's a much darker film than I remember.
It is a lot darker, isn't it?
Yeah, a lot darker than I remember. It moves at a great pace. Great effect.
It does. I'm happy
stands
with
the
it,
test
yeah.
of time. Brilliant. As fresh today as it was. God, 36
Ouch.
years ago, maybe.
Ouch.
Was it?
Yep.
Oh God.
Ugh.
Mm.
Sharon saying, "What a great movie. Love it. Never tire of seeing it." A lot more death than she remembers. Yeah, absolutely. Lizard Man, an old favorite as a kid, still beloved as an adult, an instant classic for a reason. Couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
Still a bit nostalgic for the 80s crowd, says Neil Whaley. It's pretty wild, but I like the cartoons and dark movies with humor and hope. So a great watch. From old Johnny Devick. Miss Swift saying, awesome and terrifying. Haven't seen it in years and is much more horrifying than I remember. Completely agree. Calbot, it's a true noir. Great kids film too. That's hard to pull off. Won't happen again until Disney buys all the other studios.
until all are one.
Yes. Until media is one. And Jedi Wizard saying, this is definitely a masterpiece and always brings out the kid in me. Wife's cheese rating, a great American cheese slice. Jesse Flores, a classic forever. And Edward the Black Prince saying, such a great movie. Combination of mature writing with comedic silliness. Speaking of mature writing and comedic silliness, we'll be back in 7 days watching.
Well, you will.
I will, yes. Andrew's going to be running away to the real Toontown.
Yeah.
And we'll be back. I'll be back in 7 days, and we'll be watching the Super Mario Brothers from 1990.
No.
Oh, yes.
1990.
Is it 91? 93?
Yeah, I think it's 93, I think.
The 90s one, anyway, because I have to specify
Super
that now.
Mario. 93, yeah. 93,
Yeah, absolutely, Sharon, with another classic.
Okay,
can't
Edward,
wait to
do you want
see
me
how
to
many-
bring you back a singing sword, do you?
Yeah, that sings like a Bing Crosby. Let's. Well, yes. So we'll be back in 7 days. I will, at least, and hopefully you'll all join me. And we'll be watching the Super Mario Bros. From the 90s. And until then, everyone, stay safe. Keep your tunes in check. Make sure they don't do anything crazy. And yeah, I will see you then. Everyone wish Andrew a happy vacation. He may come back.
I may
hope
not.
so.
I may stay in Toontown.
The tunes might get him.
But yes, until then, everybody, bye-bye.